Welcome back to Crisco's Corner, unfiltered commentary, not your truth, the real truth. And as always, thank you for your support. Hi folks, welcome back. From the Daily Wire, Trudeau blames Americans for Canadian freedom protests and gridlock. Yeah. Those Americans, you know, it's amazing to me how Justin Trudeau and progressive liberals like these libtards had the exact same verbiage as our progressive libtards. They're all that protest, you know, is unlawful and it's harming our economy, and it's based on racism and all kinds of horrible things, where they had one guy show up with a Nazi flag. He was chased off. One guy showed up with a Confederate flag. I saw the video, and he was chased off for being a plant. And that's it. How many buildings and businesses were destroyed? 0. How many buildings were burned down? 0. How many people were hurt or killed? 0. For Pete's sake, they had bouncy houses out there for kids to play in. But if you're BLM or Antifa and you hook on to a protest, we're going to say there was some legitimate protesting going on. Why didn't all the good people that were protesting all year in the U.S. in the summer of 2020 see the bad people show up, infiltrate their ranks, and cause mayhem, death, and destruction? Why didn't they simply see that and just walk away? By aiding and abetting them, letting them infiltrate in so they could do their mayhem and their murder. No, but that's okay. That's all right, because it's a cause that the progressives like. They don't like freedom. They don't like free speech. They don't like more rights for people. They never have, ever. And what's our President Biden? What does he have to say about this? Well, this is the end of the conversation between President Biden and Prime Minister Trudeau. Yeah.
Everything woke turns to shit, okay? It's true. It's true.
Let's read on. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, or Justin Blackface Trudeau, blames Americans for the civil unrest causing gridlock along the U.S.-Canadian border in Canada's capital city of Ottawa. Justin, how about this? You're an idiot. You're a spoiled, rotten brat that was brought up rich in a bubble, who has no clue what the real world is like, who never worked a day in his life, who's as racist as they come, and you're throwing stones at other people? I bet you never even had a blister before. My God, my God. Of course, unless you're hiking in the Andes with some of your friends, maybe. Trudeau on Friday said the Americans were funding the Freedom Convoy, protesters who have demonstrated against vaccine mandates and other COVID restrictions in Ottawa for over 2 weeks. Other protesters have blocked off crossings along the U.S.-Canadian border, including the Ambassador Bridge connecting Detroit to Canada. Now, think about this for a minute. Say all of the truckers and the people that are there in cars protesting all went home, and all of the truckers that are with the Freedom Convoy in the United States and Canada that couldn't make it to the border to protest just decided, you know what? I'm going to take the next month off. I deserve it. I work a lot of hours hauling freight across the United States and regions all over North America. I deserve 30 days off. The same exact thing will happen, you idiots. They just don't get it. He won't even sit down and negotiate with them. You don't negotiate with racists and homophobes. And you know what? Just shut the frick up. This morning I had a direct call with President Biden to talk about our shared challenges at the border. I updated him on the situation, particularly in Windsor, and here's part of the phone call. We discussed the American, indeed global, influences on the protests. They said, oh my God, Prime Minister Trudeau, President Biden, everyday working people are really pissed. They don't know how good they have it. They don't know because of our policies and our practices. They just don't get it. We're smarter. We're the elite. We're very over and well educated. We know better than them. How can these morons stop this trade? They're imbeciles and fools. special needs people, for lack of a better term, how can they possibly not understand how smart we are and how right we are, and you should just go along to get along because we know better than you? I'm just astounded at why they're not listening. We're smarter, we're more educated, and we're richer. So the average dork, blue-collar worker, just be quiet and go home and do what you're told. The presence of U.S. citizens in the blockades, the impact of foreign money to fund this illegal activity. It's only illegal when it's a cause that you don't like. President Biden and I both agree that the security of people and the economy, these blockades cannot continue. See, that's the other thing. And this is one of the negative things that come out of this, is that Biden can say, well, you know why the economy is in such a crappy shape? It's not the fact that we sent trillions of dollars into the economy. It can't be that. It can't be our regulations and my executive orders. It can't be the ridiculousness of mass mandates in schools. Can't be any of that. It's because of the borders being blocked and we can't do business with our biggest trading partner. Oh, okay. These blockades cannot continue, he said. I saw a meme that Caitlyn Jenner was going to loan Justin Trudeau a set of balls. This is his powerful statement. I got to get a deep PBS voice for this. Make no mistake, the border cannot and will not stay closed. Dun, dun, dun. Meanwhile, here's a leaked audio of Justin Trudeau talking amongst his ministers on how we can get these people to stop. Here's part of it. It's all right, Justin. It's all right. It's all right. They're going to go away. I know they were being mean. The demonstrators, once vastly outnumbered by the Canadian police on scene, may have ellipsed them. At 4 p.m., police began erecting a concrete barrier between the protesters and the foot of the bridge. They also announced for the first time they would begin towing cars. They were parked several blocks away from the span. But the crowd stayed. They waved signs and chanted freedom, and a woman sung "O Canada," which is their national anthem. Dozens of police forming a line, steadily pushing protesters away from the bridge and nearby streets in the morning. Trudeau has begun to face political backlash. Oh, yeah, Justin. Oh. You know, the people loved me before. Even though my party got less than 40% of the vote in the last election. This is why I hate the parliamentary system, which our founding fathers rejected. Brenda faced political backlash over his handling of the protests and the COVID from dissenting voices in his own party this week. Ooh, even their conservatives are liberals. Let's cut through the crap. It's time to stop dividing Americans. Stop pitting one population against another. You mean like the vaccine passports and unvaxxed, that you're restricted to where you can go eat or buy your groceries or do any of the things that free people do? Oh, you mean like that? I remain hopeful this call for more humanism, for more reason, for more hope will be heard. And again, Justin Trudeau's reaction was, yeah. You know what? This shouldn't have been a big deal. This shouldn't have been a big deal. But the way they reacted to the protest made it a big deal. Justin, you have nobody to blame but yourself. But your ego and your narcissism won't allow you to admit I effed up. Never, never, ever happen. As with most progressives, especially younger ones, never, ever, never admit they made a mistake. We had good intentions. It just didn't work out. It's not our fault. That's always, or it's somebody else's to blame, like the white supremacists that are part of the Freedom Convoy. We will not stand for this fascism in the democracy of Canada. You know what? I take joy in the fact, or pride, I guess, in a way, that maybe this moron is actually dumber and stupider than President Biden. But unfortunately, that's only short-lived because the people that are really president, that are surrounding President Biden, are the real president. And they're just as dumb and just as clueless as this mental pygmy. Until next time, goodbye and good luck.